Some big news recently came out regarding WWE working NJPW, so we'll see what everyone has been talking about there. We'll also check out the latest for Bobby Lashley, Asuka, and much more. Let's start things off with all these news and rumors about WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Everyone is aware that AEW and New Japan have been collaborating with each other for a while now. New Japan stars would make some appearances on AEW, and AEW stars would make some appearances at the New Japan shows. AEW even had a crossover collaboration with Impact Wrestling going for a while too. And that's what led everyone to talking about a possible crossover collaboration for WWE. WWE did a huge collaboration moment in early 2022. When Mickie James appeared in the Women's Royal Rumble with her Impact Wrestling character and championship. That was the first huge collaboration moment in recent history. At no time did anyone think we'll ever see an Impact Wrestling champion on WWE television. But that's what happened here with that Mickie James appearance. So that appearance had fans hyped for the future of collaborations for WWE. But unfortunately, we haven't seen any real collaborations ever since. But there's now growing rumors and buzz about WWE and New Japan possibly having something coming up in the works together. It was recently confirmed that WWE was given the clearance to Carl Anderson for him to continue to compete at New Japan and even appear at their big Wrestling Kingdom 17 event. Of course, you have the recent rumors that Sasha Banks will make an appearance at this show, but all the reports claim that WWE has no tie nor connection at all to Sasha's rumored New Japan appearance. But the fact that WWE has given Carl Anderson the right to compete for New Japan really has fans hyped to see both companies working together, and everyone is wondering if some more crossovers and collaborations could be on the way soon. Some fans are even discussing the idea of New Japan's biggest stars making some surprise appearances during the Royal Rumble match. If the collaboration is kept secret and all these New Japan Pro Wrestling stars start appearing at the Royal Rumble, it's going to be a widely talked about moment in WWE history. It'll really be such a historic moment if a big-time crossover like this was to ever happen. Fans have even picked up on what they believe could be subtle teasers at the collaboration. Fans pointed out the Japanese letters on Becky Lynch's jackets. Some fans claim they saw more Japanese signs in the crowd recently on Raw. So everyone is curious if this could be like another White Rabbit project, where everything starts off very subtle and small, but snowballs into a much larger teaser. Stephanie McMahon did say how the White Rabbit project was a massive success, and hinted at the idea of WWE doing more of these projects in the future. So it's a very interesting theory by the fans. Could a collaboration between New Japan and WWE truly be in the works? And has it been teased and hinted at already? That's what fans are trying to figure out, so that'll be another intriguing situation to keep a very close eye on. Another big moment coming out of the closing moments of the December 12th edition of Raw was the status of Bobby Lashley. Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley main evented this edition of Raw with their #1 contenders match for the United States title. Everything appeared to be going in Bobby Lashley's favor until the closing moments of the match. After Bobby Lashley backed Seth Rollins into the corner, the referee had to dive out of the ring to get out of harm's way. But on the dive out of the ring, the referee appeared to have tweaked his ankle. So while Lashley was there pinning Seth Rollins for the longest time, the referee was slowly getting back into the ring because of that tweaked ankle. Due to how long it took the referee to come back in the ring, Seth Rollins was able to recover and kick out. Lashley gets frustrated and distracted with the referee, which ultimately leads to Seth Rollins picking up the win over Bobby Lashley. Lashley confronts the referee after the match, which leads to another referee coming out to de-escalate the situation, but he ends up getting accidentally hurt by Bobby Lashley. That leads to a furious Adam Pearce running down the ramp and cursing out Bobby Lashley for what he had just done. Not only did Adam Pearce yell at Lashley, but Pierce also fired him on the spot as Raw was going off the air. But only less than 24 hours later, Adam Pearce took to Twitter to release a video on the entire situation and said that Bobby Lashley is not fired after all. He said that he'll meet with Lashley later on in the week to discuss the repercussions of his recent actions. So the big moment of firing Bobby Lashley during the closing moments of the show did its job of getting fans talking and creating a lot of buzz. Obviously, everyone knows that it was not an actual firing. It was just a storyline firing. But it still creates an interesting dynamic that makes you want to tune in the following week to see what happens next. And that's what everyone thought they would be going for. But literally the very next day, Adam Pearce takes it all back and says that Bobby Lashley isn't fired. So some fans are confused on why they'd basically kill the buzz and discussion so fast. Maybe if Adam Pearce's apology video came later in the week, it would have been a little better. But for Pearce to reverse the decision under a day later really just cut off all the theories and fan conversations. So it's definitely a bit strange that they decided to close Raw with a big firing of a massive superstar, leave it on that cliffhanger, but then reverse everything the following afternoon. It sort of makes the closing moments of Raw lose a bit of its meaning and impact. But this is what they're going with. It definitely would have been a little bit of an improvement if they would have let the firing play out for the entire week and maybe have Pearce reverse it the following Monday during the afternoon. But either way, it doesn't look like Bobby Lashley is completely off the hook. So we'll have to see what the repercussion and consequences will be that he'll have to face for what he's been doing over the last few weeks on Raw. Asuka's situation has been something we've been keeping an eye on over the last few weeks. Asuka was her usual normal and jolly self during her teaming with Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair. But ever since that team disbanded, the character of Asuka has been going through some tough times. She's just not herself. It's getting hard to win matches, she's losing more often than she used to, and her entire happy persona is gone. She's not smiling, she's not wearing face paint, she's not dancing, and she continues to drop matches. Asuka's cryptic social media messages were even referenced on Raw by Corey Graves. So that's another good sign that what Asuka is doing right now on Twitter could truly be related to her new character direction. However, one of her new tweets is a tweet that hints at the idea of a potential WWE hiatus for Asuka. Asuka took to Twitter to say, quote, "I'll be on a trip for a while," end quote. So again, the tweets are very vague and cryptic, but majority of fans think that Asuka could be referring to a potential hiatus there. So we'll have to see what ends up happening there. But what are your thoughts on today's stories with Bobby Lashley, Asuka, and the ongoing rumors about a WWE and NJPW collaboration? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.